In our vast existence, there lies an often overlooked truth, an essential element that quietly shapes the core of who we are. Amidst the ceaseless demands of daily life, we rarely pause to explore this profound aspect of ourselves. It is the journey inward, a voyage beyond the surface of existence, reaching into the depths of our essence. This exploration is not merely an intellectual pursuit, but an invitation to experience a reality that transcends the order. Together, we embark on a path that unveils the profound beauty of spiritual awakening, a path that begins with the awakening of your spiritual eye. This journey is about uncovering the 4 stages that guide us to enlightenment. But before we delve into those stages, we must first prepare our hearts and minds for the transformative voyage ahead. Understanding these stages requires us to reflect on the fundamental aspects of human development, those initial steps that lay the groundwork for deeper spiritual dimensions. It is in this preparatory phase that we begin to realize the importance of inner connection, an experience that transcends the limitations of belief systems and religious boundaries. Far removed from rigid dogmas or rituals, the essence of inner connection reveals itself as a deeply personal and authentic encounter. It is about looking within, not outward, for validation or answers. The journey inward is an act of courage and vulnerability, an opportunity to unearth the mysteries of our existence. It is the recognition of our intrinsic worth, an acknowledgement of the treasure that resides within the depths of us. Modern society, with its relentless focus on external achievements, often blinds us to the richness of our inner world. We are conditioned to seek approval, success, and fulfillment from external sources, perpetuating a cycle of dissatisfaction and disconnection. Yet, true fulfillment emerges not from the accolades of the outside world, but from the quiet recognition of our dignity and inherent value. This inner recognition acts as a guiding light, illuminating a path that transcends cultural, social, and even spiritual boundaries. When we cultivate this inner connection, we open ourselves to profound truths that resonate universally. This journey becomes more than a personal quest. It transforms into a collective awakening. As we connect with our authentic selves, we also enhance our capacity to empathize and connect with others. Through this, we contribute to a world of greater understanding and compassion, building bridges that unite diverse perspectives. The ripple effect of this inner transformation extends far beyond the confines of our individual lives, inspiring others to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery. Now, as we dive deeper into this exploration, I want to pause and ask something of you, dear listener. If these words resonate with your soul and spark something within, take a moment to comment Amen below this video. Let it be a declaration of your willingness to embark on this transformative journey. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Path of Truth to join a community devoted to growth, awakening, and the pursuit of deeper truths. Together, let us walk this path of enlightenment, supporting one another as we navigate its profound mysteries. Returning to the heart of this journey, we must understand the distinction between transient spiritual states and the enduring stages of personal development. Spiritual states are like flashes of insight, brief but intense moments where consciousness is elevated. They are the glimpses of something greater, moments that can arise unexpectedly or through practices such as meditation, self-inquiry, or even profound life events. These states provide us with a taste of the infinite, an opportunity to see beyond the veil of ordinary perception. However, while spiritual states can be deeply transformative, they are temporary. They come and go like passing clouds in the sky, leaving behind traces of their impact, but not necessarily altering the core of who we are. This is where the concept of stages becomes essential. Stages represent a gradual and enduring progression of growth, akin to the steady and deliberate expansion of a tree's roots. They are the foundation upon which lasting transformation is built, providing stability and direction as we navigate the complexities of life. The interplay between states and stages is both intricate and profound. States, with their fleeting brilliance, can inspire and catalyze movement through the stages, serving as markers of potential growth. On the other hand, the stages provide a framework for integrating these ephemeral experiences into our ongoing journey. For example, an experience of inner peace during meditation might inspire a deeper commitment to self-reflection, gradually shaping a more mature and compassionate perspective over time. Understanding this dynamic relationship is akin to drawing a map for the inner journey. While states act as temporary signposts, stages outline the broader trajectory of growth and self-realization. Together, they guide us on a path of continuous exploration, a path that invites us to delve ever deeper into the essence of who we are. The beauty of this journey lies in its universality. It transcends boundaries of culture, religion, and belief, speaking to the shared human experience of seeking meaning and connection. Each person's path is unique, shaped by their individual experiences, challenges, and aspects. Beneath this diversity lies a common thread: the desire to uncover the deeper truths of existence, to awaken to the infinite potential within. As we continue to explore these dimensions, we begin to recognize that this journey is not confined to the spiritual realm alone. It encompasses every aspect of our being, from our relationships and emotions to our sense of purpose and self-worth. Every step we take, every challenge we face, contributes to the richness of this unfolding journey. It is a process of constant growth and discovery, a dance between the fleeting brilliance of states and the enduring wisdom of stages. Let us press forward with an open heart and a spirit of curiosity, knowing that the journey itself is as valuable as the destination. This is only the beginning of an extraordinary path, one that promises to illuminate the depths of our existence and awaken the profound potential that resides within us all. Each moment in our spiritual journey becomes another thread in the tapestry of our evolution, weaving together experiences that shape and redefine our understanding of existence. As we move deeper, it becomes clear that this path is not linear but cyclical, spiraling toward an ever-expanding consciousness. It's a journey marked by profound transformations and moments of clarity, but also by the quiet, unspoken whispers of the soul urging us to venture further. The 4 stages of enlightenment we explore are more than milestones. They are an unfolding narrative, a testament to the beauty and complexity of awakening. As we transition from the initial stage of surrender, the true essence of spiritual growth begins to reveal itself. This surrender is not a submission but a liberation, a release of the ego's grip to embrace something infinitely larger and more profound. It is an act of profound trust, a willingness to step into the unknown with open arms and an open heart. This moment marks the first awakening of the spiritual eye, that inner vision capable of perceiving the subtleties of truth beyond what the physical senses can comprehend. It's here that the seed of enlightenment is planted, nurtured by our willingness to explore. The stage of spiritual ascension emerges as a natural continuation, where the soul begins to soar toward a higher understanding. In this phase, the boundaries of individuality dissolve, giving way to experiences that connect us with the infinite. Mystical encounters, moments of divine insight, and profound peace define this stage. These glimpses into higher dimensions of consciousness serve as reminders of our eternal nature, showing us that enlightenment is not a destination but an ongoing revelation. It is in these moments that practices like meditation and mindfulness become indispensable tools, guiding us to maintain balance and clarity amidst the vastness of what is unfolding. Yet, as we rise, we encounter the stage of ego death, a pivotal point in the journey that demands courage and introspection. The ego, which has long served as our identity, begins to dissolve, revealing the unfiltered essence of who we truly are. This is not a loss but a metamorphosis, akin to a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. Through this process, we shed the layers of fear, attachment, and illusion that once held us. This death is, paradoxically, a rebirth, allowing us to step into a life that is freer, more authentic, and aligned with our spiritual essence. It is in these moments of profound transformation that we invite you to participate actively in this journey. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to type Amen in the comments below. By doing so, you affirm your commitment to awakening and align yourself with others on this path. Subscribe to Path of Truth to stay connected to content that nourishes your soul and guides you through these profound stages of enlightenment. The final stage, complete enlightenment, represents the culmination of the journey. It is a state where duality ceases to exist and the inherent unity of all things becomes undeniable. Enlightenment is not merely an understanding. It is an experience of oneness, a lived reality where the boundaries between self and other dissolve entirely. In this state, the spiritual eye is fully open, perceiving the divine fabric that interconnects all of existence. It is a place of profound peace and boundless joy, where every moment becomes a celebration of life's sacred essence. But as we discuss these stages, it is essential to recognize that the journey is deeply personal and unique to each individual. No two paths are the same, and the timing, challenges, and revelations will vary. This individuality is what makes the journey so profound and meaningful. While the stages provide a framework, the true beauty lies in the nuances, the unspoken truths and silent realizations that each of us encounters along the way. The practices that support this journey are as varied as the individuals who undertake it. For some, the quiet introspection of meditation becomes a sanctuary, a sacred space to connect with the depths of their being. For others, creative expression through art, music, or writing serves as a bridge to the divine, allowing the soul to communicate in ways words cannot. Nature, too, offers a powerful portal to spiritual connection. The rustling of leaves, the rhythm of waves, and the vastness of the sky remind us of the interconnectedness of all life, drawing us closer to the truth of our existence. Even so, the path is not without its challenges. Moments of resistance arise, fueled by fear of the unknown or attachment to the familiar. These obstacles are not to be avoided but embraced, for they hold the key to deeper growth. Each challenge we face becomes a mirror, reflecting aspects of ourselves that we must confront and integrate. Emotional turbulence, moments of doubt, and the discomfort of shedding old patterns are all part of the process. Yet, it is through these trials that we discover the resilience and strength of our spirit. As we navigate these stages, we begin to see that each one builds upon the last, creating a foundation for further exploration and growth. The surrender of the first stage sets the stage for the ascension that follows. The insights gained during ascension prepare us for the profound transformation of ego death, and the dissolution of the ego opens the door to complete enlightenment, where the journey comes full circle and we return to the essence of who we are. This cyclical nature of the journey reminds us that enlightenment is not a static state, but a dynamic process. It is an ever-evolving dance, but as we move through these stages, we are not simply progressing. We are deepening, expanding, and becoming more aligned with the universal truth. This journey is an invitation to embrace the fullness of life, to honor both the light and the shadow, the joy and the pain. It is a call to awaken the spiritual eye and see beyond the illusions that often cloud our perception. It is a reminder that in each of us lies the potential for profound transformation, for awakening to the truth of who we are and the interconnectedness of all things. In this moment, reflect on where you are in your journey. Whether you are just beginning to explore the depths of your being or are well into the stages of ascension or ego death, know that you are exactly where you need to be. The path is unfolding perfectly, guiding you toward greater understanding and realization. And as you continue on this journey, remember that you are not alone. There is a community of seekers, of kindred spirits, who walk this path alongside you. Together, we create a tapestry of shared experiences and collective awakening. By engaging with this community, by sharing your insights and reflections, You contribute to a greater understanding and a deeper connection. Let us continue to explore, to learn, and to grow. Let us embrace the unknown with curiosity and trust, knowing that each step we take brings us closer to the truth. And let us support one another, creating a space of love, compassion, and encouragement for all who seek enlightenment. Type amen in the comments to affirm your commitment to this journey. Subscribe to Path of Truth and become a part of this community dedicated to spiritual growth and awakening. Together, we will continue to uncover the mysteries of existence and celebrate the profound beauty of the human spirit. As we reach the conclusion of this profound exploration, it becomes clear that the journey we've described is not merely about reaching an endpoint, but about embracing the path itself. This journey toward enlightenment, with its stages of surrender, ascension, ego death, and the ultimate realization of oneness, is a sacred odyssey, a dance between the seen and unseen, the known and the infinite mystery of existence. Each step we take is an act of courage, each moment of stillness a testament to our commitment to growth, and each revelation a gift that brings us closer to the truth of our essence. Life, in its essence, mirrors the spiritual journey in profound ways, revealing that this path is not separate from our everyday existence, but when we reflect on our experiences, we see that the spiritual journey is like a microcosm of life itself, encapsulating the stages of growth, transformation, and self-discovery that we all encounter. Just as the spiritual path unfolds step by step, offering us layers of understanding and awakening, so too does life present its stages, each one filled with its unique lessons and opportunities for evolution. From the innocence and wonder of childhood, where our curiosity about the world is boundless, to the complexities and challenges of adulthood, where wisdom emerges through lived experiences, life continuously nudges us toward growth. Each stage of life carries its own purpose, guiding us deeper into understanding not only the external world, but also the intricate dimensions of our inner reality. The spiritual journey is unique in that it encourages us to go beyond the physical and material aspects of existence. It asks us to explore what lies beneath the surface, to look past the tangible and dive into the vast and often mysterious depths of our being. Unlike the outward pursuits of material success, achievements, or societal expectations, the spiritual journey redirects our focus inward. It invites us to connect with a reality that is deeper and more enduring than anything we can grasp with our senses alone. This journey requires courage and trust, for it leads us into the unknown, spaces within ourselves that may be unfamiliar, yet hold infinite potential. It is a call to transcend the distractions of daily life, to quiet the constant chatter of the mind, and to tune into a frequency of truth that resonates at the core of our existence. As we move inward, we begin to see that the vastness of the universe is mirrored within us. The cosmos, with all its endless mysteries and boundless beauty, finds its reflection in the human spirit. Every question we ask, every moment of introspection, brings us closer to this realization. The spiritual journey and life itself are, therefore, not separate, but parallel paths. Both serve as mirrors, reflecting the truths that reside within us and guiding us toward a deeper understanding of who we are and our place in the grand tapestry of existence. This connection is both humbling and empowering, reminding us that the journey outward is always, in essence, a journey inward. One of the most profound and transformative realizations of the spiritual journey is that everything we seek, whether it be love, peace, connection, or a sense of purpose, already resides within it. These qualities, often perceived as treasures to be pursued in the external world, are instead inherent states of our being waiting to be awakened. This revelation changes everything. It liberates us from the endless cycle of seeking validation, fulfillment, or happiness from sources outside ourselves, and it redirects our focus inward, where the true essence of our existence lies. This understanding is empowering, for it reminds us that we hold the keys to our own liberation. The love we long for is not something that needs to be earned or granted by others. It is a wellspring within us that can flow freely when we align with our authentic selves. The peace we crave is not found in the absence of challenges or chaos, but in the stillness we can cultivate in our hearts amid the storms of life. The connection we yearn for, whether with others, nature, or the divine, is not something we must chase, but something we can rediscover when we remember our intrinsic unity with all that exists. However, this realization also presents a profound challenge. It calls us to take full responsibility for our own fulfillment. No longer can we blame external circumstances, other people, or the world for our dissatisfaction. Instead, we are asked to turn inward, to confront the parts of ourselves that resist change, cling to old patterns, or fear vulnerability. This journey requires courage, self-compassion, and an unwavering commitment to truth. It is a path that asks us to let go of illusions and face the reality of who we are, not as a concept, but as a lived experience. In doing so, we begin to understand that our inner world is not separate from the outer. The cultivation of love, peace, and connection within ourselves naturally radiates outward, transforming our relationships and the world around us. When we live from a place of authenticity and alignment, we no longer feel the need to chase external achievements or accolades. Instead, we realize that true fulfillment arises from being, not doing, from presence, not performance. This shift is the essence of awakening, and it is a gift we not only give to ourselves, but to everyone we encounter. The practices that guide us along this sacred path act as powerful tools for tuning into the profound reality that exists within us. Meditation, mindfulness, and other contemplative practices serve as bridges between the noisy, chaotic outer world and the serene, infinite depths of our inner being. These practices teach us to quiet the incessant chatter of the mind, the endless cycle of thoughts, worries, and distractions that often keep us disconnected from our true essence. In this stillness, we begin to hear the gentle whispers of the soul, guiding us toward a deeper understanding of who we truly are. Meditation, in particular, provides a sanctuary for this connection. By focusing on the breath, a mantra, or simply the present moment, we create a space where the ego's ceaseless demands gradually fade into the background. As the layers of mental noise dissipate, the deeper truths of our existence begin to emerge, not as loud proclamations, but as quiet, undeniable realizations that arise from the core of our being. In these moments, we touch the divine, not as a distant concept, but as an intimate presence that dwells within and around us. Mindfulness, too, plays a pivotal role in this journey. It invites us to fully inhabit each moment, to engage with life as it unfolds, rather than being trapped in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. And through mindfulness, we come to see the sacredness in everyday experiences. A bird's song, the warmth of sunlight, or the simple act of breathing. It teaches us that the divine is not confined to grand, mystical events, but is present in the mundane details of our daily lives, waiting to be noticed and cherished. These practices also teach us to embrace life as it is, with all its imperfections and challenges. They encourage us to meet each moment with acceptance, recognizing that even the difficult or painful aspects of life hold valuable lessons for our growth. In this way, meditation and mindfulness become not just tools for inner peace, but vehicles for profound transformation. They remind us that by turning inward and cultivating presence, we can discover the divine not only within ourselves, but in every aspect of existence. Through these practices, the path to our highest potential unfolds naturally, one moment of awareness at a time. As you reflect on this journey, I invite you to embrace the transformation that comes with it. Remember, the path of self-discovery and spiritual awakening is not easy, but it is deeply rewarding. As you continue to let go of old attachments and false identities, make space for the divine essence within you to emerge. It is in these moments of surrender and renewal that we uncover our truest selves, and through this process, we align with the infinite potential that exists within us all. If this message resonated with you and touched your soul, I invite you to comment Amen below and share your thoughts and reflections. Don't forget to subscribe to the Path of Truth channel for more content like this. Together, let us continue on this sacred journey of awakening and transformation. Thank you for being part of this community, and I look forward to walking this path with you. Take care, and may you always find the light within. Yet, as we have delved deeply into this journey, it becomes clear that the path is not without its challenges and trials. Among these, the experience of ego death stands out as one of the most profound and transformative, yet also one of the most demanding. It can feel like an unraveling of everything we once held as certain, a disintegration of the very structures of identity that we believe defined us. These moments are not merely uncomfortable. They can be deeply unsettling as they challenge the core of who we think we are. Ego death asks us to release our attachments, the labels, roles, and perceptions we have accumulated over time. It invites us to face our fears, those shadowy parts of ourselves we have avoided or suppressed, and confront the illusion of separation that the ego perpetuates. It is a process of dismantling, of peeling away the layers of the false self to uncover the authentic being that has always existed beneath. This process often feels like a loss, as if we are letting go of everything familiar and stepping into the unknown. And in a sense, we are. This surrender, however, is not about annihilation but transformation. It is not the end but a new beginning, a passageway to something infinitely greater. In releasing the illusions and identities that have bound us, we create space for the divine essence within us to rise and take its rightful place at the center of our being. This essence, untouched by the ego's illusions, is it is infinite, unchanging, and intimately connected to the greater whole. The trials of ego death, while difficult, are profoundly necessary. They are the crucible in which the soul is refined, shedding what no longer serves and embracing what is eternal. And in the letting go, we find freedom. Not the freedom of escape, but the freedom of alignment with our higher self. It is in this space of surrender and renewal that we truly begin to embody the infinite potential within us. As challenging as this process may be, it holds a sacred promise. For every part of us that we release, every fear we face, and every attachment we let go, we draw closer to the divine essence that resides at the core of our being. In this emergence, we discover not only our truest self, but the profound interconnectedness of all life, a unity that is the essence of existence itself. The process of transformation we undergo in our spiritual journey can be likened to the natural cycles we see all around us. Consider the humble seas. It must first crack open and break apart in order to push through the earth and begin its journey toward becoming a mighty tree. In much the same way, we too must break through the confines of our ego and limited self-concept to step into our fullest expression and potential. This isn't just a minor shift. It's a profound, sometimes painful process that requires us to dismantle the beliefs, habits, and attachments that we've held onto for so long. Much like a seed that pushes its way through the soil, we must push through the discomfort of change and growth to emerge into a higher state of being. Transformation, in this sense, is not only a process of creation but also one of destruction. Just as a tree must shed its old leaves in the fall to make way for new growth in the spring, we too must shed our old selves in order to evolve. This cycle of death and rebirth is inherent in nature, and it mirrors the stages we experience in our own spiritual evolution. We must let go of old identities, outdated beliefs, and false attachments to allow space for the new, the true, and the divine to take root and flourish. The destruction of the old does not mean the end of us, but rather it is an essential phase of our becoming. It is through this process that we clear the path for our authentic self to rise. The struggle is real, and it is often uncomfortable, But this is the very nature of growth. Just as a tree must endure harsh winds, storms and droughts to grow stronger, so too must we face challenges and obstacles that will ultimately deepen our understanding of ourselves and our purpose. In alignment with the natural rhythm of growth and renewal, we too are called to embrace these cycles. When we align ourselves with the flow of life, we begin to trust that everything we experience, whether it feels like a challenge or a blessing, is part of a larger plan for our personal evolution. It is through embracing the constant ebb and flow of life that we begin to thrive, to bloom, and to manifest our true potential. This cycle of destruction and creation, of death and rebirth, is not something to be feared. It is a necessary and natural part of the journey that leads us to our greatest self. The ultimate stage of enlightenment, as we've explored, is the profound realization of oneness. And this is not merely an intellectual understanding. It's not something we can grasp with our mind or analyze through logic alone. Rather, it is an experience to be lived and embodied. At this stage, the illusion of separation that we've held onto for so long begins to dissolve. The belief that we are isolated individuals, separate from the world and the universe around us. We awaken to the truth that we are not isolated, distinct beings, but integral, interconnected parts of a much greater whole. The boundaries we once perceived between self and other, between the individual and the universe, they become irrelevant. In this state of unity, there is no longer any other. All that we see, all that we encounter, is seen as an extension of ourselves. There is no division between me and you, between human and nature, between soul and everything is one. The individual ego, which once believed it was separate from the world, now merges into a universal consciousness. This realization is not just a mental shift. It's a deep, visceral knowing that resonates throughout our entire being. The sense of individual self becomes fluid and expansive, merging with the infinite. This experience of oneness is not just a philosophical idea. It is a lived reality. It is an understanding that transcends words, a knowing that feels like an awakening in the core of our being. When we experience oneness, there is no longer a need to prove our worth or seek validation from the outside world. We simply are. We are part of the cosmic fabric, and in that space, we find peace, acceptance, and a deep sense of belonging. In this state of unity, there is a profound sense of interconnectedness, not just with other people, but with all of existence. The trees, the animals, the stars, the oceans, they're all part of us, and we are part. We no longer view nature as something outside of ourselves to be conquered or controlled, but as an integral partner in our existence. Every living being, every atom, is a part of the same divine source, and this understanding brings with it a deep reverence and compassion for all life. The division between the sacred and the mundane falls away, and we recognize that everything in its essence is sacred. This awakening to oneness is the culmination of the spiritual journey, a return to the truths of our existence. It is not the end, but rather the beginning of a new way of being in the world. It is the realization that we are not alone, not separate, but always and forever connected to the divine, to each other, and to the entire universe. It is a return to the unity that we have always been a part of, even if we have forgotten it a lot. And in this state, we no longer strive or struggle, but simply allow ourselves to be. We rest in the knowing that we are part of something greater than ourselves, and in that recognition we find liberation, peace, and joy. This realization of oneness carries with it a profound sense of responsibility, one that is not always easy to carry, but is essential for true spiritual growth. If we are all interconnected, if we are all threads in the same divine tapestry, then the way we treat ourselves and others becomes not just a personal matter, but a cosmic one. Our actions, no matter how small they may seem, have every thought, every word, every deed creates ripples in the world around us, extending outward and affecting the collective in ways we may not even fully comprehend. This interconnectedness means that when we harm another, we are ultimately harming ourselves, And when we uplift others, we are elevating our own soul. The boundaries that once seemed so clear between self and other dissolve in the face of this truth. As we begin to understand this deep interconnection, it becomes clear that we cannot afford to live thoughtlessly or recklessly. Each moment is an opportunity to choose love over fear, compassion over judgment, understanding over Our actions are no longer limited to their immediate effects, for they echo throughout the entire universe, contributing to the overall energy of existence. When we speak harshly or act with disregard for others, we are perpetuating cycles of negativity, but when we choose kindness, empathy, and integrity, we are contributing to a greater sense of unity and harmony in the world. This understanding invites us to live with a heightened sense of awareness, recognizing the divine in everything we do and everyone we encounter. It calls us to look beyond the surface and see the essence, the soul, the divine spark within. We are challenged to treat everyone we meet as though they are reflections of the same divine energy that exists within ourselves. This is not always easy, especially in moments of anger, frustration, or fear, but it is in those very moments that our commitment to oneness is truly tested. It is in those moments that we must choose compassion over reaction, understanding over judgment, and love over division. Living in alignment with this truth also invites us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and respect that we extend to others. If we are all one, then self-care and self-compassion are not selfish acts. They are essential. We cannot give to others what we do not give to ourselves. Just as we would not harm another, we must not harm ourselves. Self-love, self-forgiveness, and self-acceptance become necessary practices on the path to spiritual awakening. When we nurture our own soul, we are better equipped to nurture the souls of others. When we find peace within, we help create peace in the world. The realization of oneness brings us closer to our true essence, and as we align our actions with this truth, we contribute to the healing and transformation of the world. We begin to see that every encounter is an opportunity to live out our deepest values, to be the embodiment of the love, compassion, and integrity that reside within us. We start to understand that our lives are not isolated experiences, but are interconnected with the experiences of all beings. In this awareness, we become instruments of healing and transformation, contributing to the collective good, not through grand gestures, but through the everyday choices we make. This sense of responsibility extends to the way we engage with the planet as well. The recognition of oneness means that the earth, too, is a reflection of ourselves. The trees, the rivers, the animals, the sky, these are not separate from us, but part of the same living system. When we harm the environment, we are harming ourselves, and when we nurture the earth, we nurture our own souls. The same love and respect we offer to one another must extend to all of life. As we walk this path of awakening, we are called to live in harmony with nature, to protect and preserve the world that sustains us. This responsibility is not just about avoiding harm, but actively working to create a world that reflects the love, peace, and unity that we have come to realize within ourselves. As we walk this path, we are reminded that enlightenment is not a destination but a way of being. It is a continuous process of awakening, of peeling back the layers of illusion to reveal the truth that has always been there. It is not about escaping the challenges of life, but embracing them as opportunities for growth. Each moment, whether filled with joy or struggle, becomes a stepping stone on the path to greater understanding and deeper connection. This journey is deeply personal, as each of us moves through it in our own way, navigating our individual challenges, breakthroughs, and realizations. Yet, it is also universal. The essence of this journey is shared by all who seek to understand their true nature, regardless of their background, culture, or personal experiences. It is a journey of remembering, of rediscovering the truth of who we are, beneath the layers of conditioning, fear, and limitation that we have accumulated over time. This remembering is not a process of acquiring new knowledge, but rather of shedding the false identities and beliefs that have obscured our connection to our authentic selves. In this process of remembering, we reconnect not only with the deepest parts of ourselves, but also with one another. As we awaken to the truth of who we are, we begin to recognize that we are not isolated beings, separate from the world around us. We are interconnected, part of a vast, intricate web of existence. This realization fosters a sense of unity and solidarity with all people. The boundaries that once seemed to separate us, race, nationality, gender, and status, dissolve when we see beyond the surface and perceive the divine essence within each individual. We begin to understand that the experiences of others are not foreign to us, but are reflections of our shared humanity. In this way, the journey towards self-realization is inseparable from the journey toward greater empathy, compassion. And as we reconnect with our true essence, we also reconnect with the divine essence that flows through all of creation. The journey is not simply a personal or interpersonal one. It is ultimately a spiritual journey. It is about returning to the source from which we came, acknowledging the divine presence that resides within us and all things. This recognition transcends religious or philosophical boundaries, for it is a direct experience of the sacredness of life itself. The divine is not something separate from us, something to be sought outside of ourselves. It is an inherent part of our being, woven into every moment of our existence. It is in the beating of our hearts, in the breath that sustains us, in the love that we share, and in the stillness of our inner awareness. In this sacred remembering, we come to realize that we are not alone. We are not separate from the world or from others. We are part of a grand, interconnected whole, a divine dance of creation in which each of us plays a vital role. As we awaken to this truth, we begin to live more consciously, more intentionally, and more lovingly. We start to see the world not as a place of scarcity and division, but as a reflection of abundance and unity. We recognize that every action, every thought, every interaction has the potential to contribute to the greater good, to the healing and transformation of. This journey is a process of continuous expansion, of moving ever deeper into the awareness of who we truly are. It is not a destination to be reached, but a path to be walked, moment by moment. Along the way, we encounter challenges and obstacles that test our resolve, but these are not setbacks. They are opportunities for growth. Each challenge invites us to shed another layer of the false self, to let go of another attachment, to transcend another limitation. With each step, we become more aligned with the divine truth that lies at the core of our being. And as we continue along this path, we discover that the journey is not about striving or achieving. It is about surrendering, letting go of the need to control or force outcomes, and allowing ourselves to be guided by the wisdom of our highest. In this surrender, we find true freedom. Not the freedom to do whatever we want, but the freedom to be who we truly are. It is the freedom to live authentically, without fear, without the burden of external expectations or internal judgments. It is the freedom to embrace the present moment, to accept ourselves and others as we are, and to trust in the unfolding of our lives. This journey is not always easy, but it is profoundly rewarding. It requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to face the unknown with courage and openness. But through this process of remembering, we come to understand that we are not alone in our struggles or our triumphs. We are part of a greater whole, and in this unity, we find strength, comfort, and guidance. The journey may be long, but it is a journey of love, of connection, and of returning to the truth of who we are. And in that truth, we find everything we have ever sought: peace, joy, love, and the divine presence that is always with us. As we conclude, I invite you to reflect on your own journey. What stage resonates most with you at this moment? What lessons are life and your soul calling you to embrace? Wherever you are, know that you're exactly where you need to. Trust in the process and trust in yourself. The path may not always be clear, but it is always unfolding perfectly, guiding you toward the light of truth. I encourage you to continue exploring, to remain curious and open-hearted as you walk this path. Surround yourself with practices and people that nurture your growth. Seek out the moments of stillness where the whispers of your soul, and most importantly, be gentle with yourself. This journey is not about perfection, but about presence, about showing up with authenticity and courage, no matter where you are on the path. If this message has touched your heart, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Type Amen as a declaration of your commitment to this journey of awakening. By doing so, you align yourself with a community of seekers who are walking this path alongside you. Subscribe to Path of Truth to continue receiving guidance and inspiration for your spiritual journey. Together, let us honor the beauty of this path and the infinite potential that lies within each of us. Let us walk with trust, with love, and with an unwavering belief in the transformative power of the human spirit. The journey is yours to embrace, and the light is yours to discover. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for sharing this sacred space. May your journey be filled with revelations, with joy, and with a deep and abiding sense of you are not alone. You are a part of something greater, and you are deeply, profoundly loved.